Start the day with some coffee. Spring has sprung. We started to do the garden the other day, and the carburetor is messed up on my tiller. So got the part ordered. It'll be here today. We just basically do tomatoes, squash, some cucumbers, peppers, the things we eat the most of. And I like to have some potatoes, but of course, earlier this year was a little rough on me, and I didn't get them planted, so that's what we'll have. And I'll show you the garden when we get going. These are my buddies. She's going to come up here, check me out. The real silvery looking one ended up being a rooster, and so he'll be going to someone if I can find someone that wants a rooster. I would just assume find a home for him. He's a real pretty rooster. It is what it is. If I don't find someone that wants him, we'll put him in a stew pot. You see what I ended up doing, because I never got the materials for my hanging feeder yet. I took the top off a boo barrel and put it in there for him. It's working fine for now. I'm a busy guy, so let's see if we can get him a little bit of feed for this morning. They're always hungry. But you can see how big these chicks are growing since the last video, which is, I don't know, been less than a week. So they're really growing. Pepper, come on, let's go. So we'll be tilling that garden up this week, have it planted. I've got a pool to replace, a couple of side sheds to build, some power washing, some painting to do, staining a deck, and it's turkey season. So here I am. I gotta go check on the pigs. I've got my old blue work truck back down here, and I was finishing up on Remington, a new house, and I threw him a limb in there. He's been chewing on the leaves. But there he is. He got his house. Hey, pigger. Hey. Can you get up, fatty? Huh? Did I wake you from your slumber? And that is a 4x8 shelter, which right now he's longer front to back than what the shelter is. And as he gets bigger, he'll still, be able to curl up in there. Be plenty of room for him. I put up an automatic feeder, and I'll leave him on that, monitor his weight. When he starts getting too big, we'll scale him back and put him on a diet. We just cut a post and a couple of 2x6s there, and I've got this thing hung from the inside and then screwed through the metal, and down here doesn't come with any screw holes, but we made our own, screwed the bottom, and I stuck it through the fence. I mean, he can push on the bottom, but he can't get up against the actual feed portion. And, he's learned that's where his feed comes from, so he doesn't really rub on it a whole lot and stuff. We did this upgrade, pig nipple, automatic water, and developed some tops. Here's my problem. This dude will not, absolutely refuses to drink out of that nipple. I've put peanut butter, I've put syrup, I slid a donut over it. I did everything I could to get him to bite that thing, and he's bit it 2 or 3 times, got water, but refuses to drink out of it. So I guess I'm gonna have to do an old-fashioned watering deal for him. Now, the gilts over here, they've got one. Within 30 seconds, Literally 30 seconds of installing that, they were drinking out of it. So I don't know. I've debated running one of them over into his pen and seeing if they can teach him how to do it. I think if he sees one of them drinking out of it, maybe he'll go check it out. But, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. And, of course, they made a little bit of a mess here. A little bit of wasted feed, but I found if they root some of that feed out like that, if I scoop it up and I mix some water and stuff with it, make a slop with it, they'll eat it. So that's what we'll be doing this week. Yeah, we'll have the garden going here pretty soon. And I would have already had it planted, but the carburetor's bad on that tiller. You know, it's a 6-year-old tiller. We can get it started by priming it, putting some gas directly in it. So I think the diaphragm's bad in the carburetor. So we just ordered a carburetor. We've got some barrels here that'll hold feed that have locking lids on them. So I put him some feed in here I can scoop out. They've got their automatic feeder made out of this IBC tote. The meat chickens have one. Now the meat chickens can eat the same feed that these pigs are eating for the protein level that they have. This is a pig grower, and so they'll be fine on that no longer than they'll be here. And so I only have to buy one bag of bulk feed in order to feed everything except for the layers, and they get their own layer ration and stuff. I am going to build another pen, and I think what I'm going to do is right over in this area, I think, this isn't I think, clean this up, and I'm going to build a sow pen over here. With him being over there, if I build it kind of back in this area, I can keep them out of sight of him. He won't really be able to see them well. There's always something to do around here. Never get caught up. When you think you're caught up, there's something else that needs attending to. So I appreciate y'all watching. We'll try to keep you up to date. I don't know, I was gonna just post some pretty steady content, but got to thinking, nobody wants to see the same thing over and over. I'll give you an update. I'll share with you some of our recipes and stuff. I'll show you how we garden with the short amount of time that we have, and maybe that'll be helpful. I appreciate the people. I think we're up to 30-something subscribers since our last video, and I really appreciate it. Stay tuned.